Hello, wealthy, successful, money making traders. This is your trader's friend. Thank you for joining me today for another video. Guys, I'm so glad you can be here with me. Today is non farm payroll, and this should be the very last video that I'm going to make in this 15-minute series. It's been fun, but the truth is I missed the 1 minute time frame. Thank you guys for being here with me for the videos, and in just a few minutes we are going to look to enter this market depending on the way this candle closes. Okay guys. Oh, I was thinking I sure hope that we get another good pullback. So we are now in this, and we're going to see. You can see I use half a position in the initial pullback and then half a position in this other pullback. So it's either going to work out or it's not going to work out. You probably already know the rules. If we come back to break and close below this candle, then we are out of this market. So we'll see how this plays out. So guys, at this point it's looking a little bit scary actually, and I may have to cut these trades and wait for another opportunity, because this candle does not look like it's going to go in a very bullish fashion. However, we still have 9 more minutes in this candle, and we're going to see how this plays out. But so far I think I'm getting ready to cut this trade. It does not look very advantageous to me. Guys, this trade is really playing with my emotions at this point. It pulls back a little, and since it's non-farm payroll, I hadn't figured out whether or not this is a trade that I should cut, because it can very well turn around and go the other way. So I guess the only thing that I can do at this point is just wait and see how this trade is going to close. But right now we have about 4 more minutes left in this candle, and it's starting to look better. But yeah, I'm thinking I may have to close this trade in a bust. But it may or may not work out. If it does not, then I'll close this and I'll wait to see where the money's going, and I'll look to head that way as well. Now guys, I'm going to show you my other charts as well. This is the Euro USD on the 5 minute and the Euro USD on the 1 minute as well. I just drew this trend line because we're making a series of higher lows, so I'm not quite as panicked in this moment. I still don't know how this trade is going to work out. However, it does help to see that here so far we've made a higher low, and on the 5 minute time frame it looks like we're coming back. So I'm breathing a little bit easier, and I sincerely thought that there was a chance that I may have to close this trade out, and it still may be. However, we're going to hope for the best. We have about 2 more minutes in this candle, and I'm hoping that this candle will turn out a whole lot better than what it's feeling like in this last minute and a half. So we will see. But one lesson that I've learned today, especially if you're trading this off of the 1 minute time frame, when you're waiting for the pullback, to go ahead and wait for the market to reverse on its own, as opposed to you trying to figure out where it is that you're going to place your entry. So we're just going to wait and see how this trade plays out. Okay guys, I know that I'm cheating a little bit, but I wanted to show you this on the 1 minute time frame as well. So we just closed out on that 15-minute candle, but we're still kind of in that iffy stage. So we will see, and we're going to know how this is going to play out eventually. And whichever way the money is headed, we're going to eventually head that way. But currently we're still in buys because I'm not really sure what's going on right now, so we'll see. A break and close below this trend line for me, I think, is going to be enough to say, okay, I'm out, or at least a break and close below this low. Maybe that should be it. But it means that I'm cheating. It absolutely means that I'm cheating. So let's go to this 15-minute time frame, and it's the 15-minute time frame that I'm actually gauging on. But there are a couple of things going on here. Well, I cheated. There are a couple of things going on here in this trade that, like I said, I'm not really sure about. We did a break and close back below that 10 period SMA. However, we are making higher lows. And we're also above that 200 SMA. So at this point, I just honestly, I don't know. And by the end of this day, I'll go back and I'll look at this video and it's like, duh, duh. So right now, I'm still remaining bullish. Um, and we'll see how it is that this trade closes out. But it's starting to look more bear than bullish at this point. So we'll see. Okay, guys, at this point, I'm about to readjust this trend line on the 1 minute time frame. And yes, I'm cheating a little bit, but I want you guys to see this too in case you watch all of these things along with me. And so far, we're kind of hanging in there. This is more of a nail biting non-farm payroll, but no matter what, we're going to obey our rules. If we lose that advantage, then we're just going to have to cut and follow the money, because eventually the market's going to go somewhere. At least we hope. And I prefer you not see me cut out of a bad trade, but if it happens to be, it's about preserving the wealth first. So definitely keep that in mind. It's always about preserving the wealth first. And this is that additional line that I drew. So if we break this new low or the previous low, then it's probably a good idea to go ahead and cut this trade. So at this point, I'm watching this trade very carefully. I would have preferred that it had behaved very, very differently than what it's behaving right now. But it's it's like I said, at this point, I know it sounds sad, but honestly, I just don't know. So um, I'm hoping for the best, of course, because now I have two positions on, and it means that I'm going to have to make a big cut. But, well, let's hope I don't make a big cut. No, we're looking to go in profit with this trade. We're looking for things to turn around, and we're going to hope for a very successful trading day, especially with this being the last 15-minute video that I'm going to make. Right now, we're just kind of in limbo. It is We can also go and take a look at the 30-minute chart as well. Let's do that, because we don't get the opportunity for non-farm payroll every single day. So um, it'll be a month before we get this opportunity again. So I'm kind of letting you get a perspective from pretty much every point of view. So we'll see how this whole thing plays out. I'm still hoping for the best. We're starting to climb. Oh, and I'm sorry. That's the 1 minute time frame. That was the 30-minute time frame. So at this point, we are hoping for the best, and this is the time frame that we started out on. Now I'm starting to exhale a little bit because things are starting to look a lot better. At this point, I'm going to pause the video because if I make it too long, it makes the sound way, way off. So we'll just have to wait and find out. Okay, guys, I've marked this area that I was going to show you after the end of the video on the 1 minute time frame. I know this is cheating, but I want to use this opportunity to show you something in the chart. A lot of times when you get reversal candles, it doesn't always mean that you are going to make a full reversal. Sometimes it just means that you're about to go into a period of wait, and we never know what the market's going to do. The market's going to do what it's going to do, but you can see how we're staying just ahead of this 10 period SMA. But I did want to take the time to show you that reversal candles, and I know it's on the 1 minute time frame, reversal candles don't always mean that price is going to reverse on you. Sometimes it just means that you are getting into a period of wait. But if you see that you have truly lost your advantage, then go ahead and cut that trade. And it seems that we're back in the, well, we've been back in the advantage pool for a little while. But it was actually the low of this candle too that I was kind of looking at to see how price was going to go. But yeah, this has been a pretty nail biting um, non-farm today. It's just a matter of seeing how this whole thing is going to play out. Guys, the great thing about being in the market live is you can feel your pulse thumping throughout your body. But I wanted to take the time, since I'm kind of playing footsies with the chart. And it's like, I wanted to take the time to show you. Ooh, I'm thinking it's probably time for me to start thinking about protecting my profits. But I want to show you this reversal on the 5 minute time frame, so we can sit up and kind of watch and see what this means. Does this mean that we're actually going to get closed out, or if it just means that we're entering a period of wait? I also want to show you what that same price action is looking like on the 1 minute time frame. And I'm not sure what's going to happen with this, but it's not looking good. And this is my hard stop at this point, and it just doesn't look um, like a trade that I'm loving to be in right now. But like I said, the great thing about non-farm payroll is you can feel your pulse jumping. So we're going to have to see how this is going to work out, because I'm not going to let them hit my hard stop. Now guys, these are the times that it gets hard to be disciplined, because right now my emotions are saying, oh, bail, 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 and save your capital. But there's the more practical side of me that's saying, follow your rules. Stay in and follow your rules. And no matter what, I can always get back in. But yeah, this is the point that it gets hard. And that's the thing that's hard about trading live. You get to watch videos and you get to see how things are progressing. But during the course of the videos, or during the real life trading, we all have emotions that we have to deal with. And while the market is pulling our capital back and forth, because at this point it's about at 50% of where it was, then your emotions are screaming at you during this time as well. And like I said, I don't know if eventually that stops, but definitely for me, I still have that going on. And that's when discipline is so very important. And doing what you have to do when you know you have to do it. That's the thing that's hard about trading. Trading itself isn't hard. The hard part is riding your emotions through all of this roller coaster, with your emotions going up and down and your mind telling you all of these things, and you watching your money go from one point to another point and back and forth and back and forth, and you're trying to ride that trade out to see how it's going to go. That's the part about trading that's hard. The rest of it isn't hard. It is the doing what you have to do when you know you're supposed to do it. Because honestly, I just want to take my money off the table, make sure it's protected, and breathe. But if you want to be successful in trading, then that's another thing that you have to learn to do, and that is to ride your profits out. And this is the thing, it doesn't seem like that should be a hard thing to do, but when you're watching your money go in and out, then it can be quite challenging. Guys, I know this is a cheating video, but I want you to see these things too. You can see how well so far price is respecting this trend line on the 1 minute time frame. So trend lines are pretty powerful, until they're broken. Sometimes they break a bit like they did down here, and they continue in harmony with the trend. But so far, we're still respecting that trend line as well. Okay, guys, you can see that we broke out of that period of wait. Thank the great Lord. But you can see how a reversal candle doesn't always mean that you're going to get a reversal, although every reversal is preceded by a flagship reversal candle. So please keep that in mind. So far, the profit's looking better. I and I still struggle through this period of wait. We only had about 20 minutes of it this morning, but sometimes it's like 45 minutes. But hopefully, um, and I'll tell you, if it gets to the point that I have 100 pips or better, then I'm going to go ahead and jump off this trade. And it may ride more, it may ride less. I don't know, but one or two things are going to happen. If I get 100 pips or more, I'm jumping off this trade. Or if if I see that I've lost my advantage, I've moved my hard stop and my soft stop at this point. So I guess we can pretty much get back to the 15-minute time frame solely, but I did want you guys to see how price is playing out on these other. This is the 5-minute time frame. These other time frames as well, so that when you go back and look at this video, you'll have a reference to what price was doing on other time frames as well. Let's go ahead and take a look. This is a 15-minute time frame, of course. Let's take a look at it on the 30-minute, and we'll also take a look at it on the hourly time frame. And you can see that we seem to be creeping up, but we're still about, I guess, about 80 pips away, but we're kind of creeping up to that area of resistance from yesterday. So we're going to have to see how that whole thing plays out. Let's go ahead and just take a look at this on the daily time frame as well. So that's very interesting. And I'm showing you guys all of this stuff so you can remember that the market is going to do whatever it is that the market wants to do. So all we can do is let the market lead and we can follow. Okay, traders, we are coming to a point in the market that I wanted you to see. It's one of those things, especially if you watch the 1-minute time frame, where each time price drops, your heart drops with it, because you don't know what the market is going to do. But it's like anything else, guys. If this trade does not work out, no matter what, we're going to close in profit today. And the great thing is we will have ended the day with more than what we started with, which of course is the goal of trading. So hopefully it won't stop us out, but there's a chance that it might. And if it does, then we're going to jump off of this puppy. Guys, it looks like we are coming out of that about 35 minutes of waiting time. And don't forget that the market is going to give you spurts of energy. Then you have the wait time. The great thing about the 15-minute though is it doesn't look like we are in about 35 minutes of wait time. However, you got all of this price action pretty much in one candle. Then you got the 10 minutes of waiting, and then 10 additional minutes, and you get it. So now we're on like candle number 35. So we've had at least 30 minutes of just solid waiting that you can't even see on the 15-minute time frame. By the time I get done with this video, you guys are probably going to think I talked way too much in it. But I just want to point these things out. And the great thing about these videos, and when you go back and take a look at them, you're going to be able to see stuff in the videos by yourself, things that hadn't been pointed out to you. But guys, this is part of the skill of the master trader, is the ability to wait. And I'm working on that. I'm not trying to say I'm a master trader, but that is part of what it takes to find success in trading. And there's nothing that's absolute in trading. There's absolutely nothing absolute in trading. It's just been the great blessing this morning that this trade has worked out in our favor. I'm very, very grateful for that. But the trade could have done anything. And that's the thing. When it doesn't do what it is that I want to do, I just have to cut and be prepared to follow the money. Actually, I can move both my hard and my soft stops at this point, but um, or pretty close to it. So pretty soon I'm going to be prepared in about 30 seconds to go ahead and move that soft stop. Let's go ahead and blow this up on the 1 minute time frame as well so that you can look at this from every time frame and you can see how we just had that kind of plateau area. And let me go ahead and mark this for you, this area that we were just waiting in for a really good while. Let's just move this one up from the bottom and see we just kind of stayed in that trading range. We've broken above it, but yeah, I'm like, yay, we're gonna continue. I was gonna say, but we may not continue in it, but hopefully we will, and hopefully we'll be able to bring this trade to a close pretty soon. It's almost 2 hours after non-farm payroll. So far we hadn't hit 100 pips yet, but I'm still hopeful. So guys, thank you for being with me for this really long video today, but I just want you to understand as much as possible about what's going on in the market. And please keep in mind, if there's anything that I can tell you, there is nothing that is absolute in trading. Absolutely nothing. And I'm going to go ahead and move that hard stop as well, so that no matter what, guys, will end in profit, even if this trade turns around and goes against us. As far as this trend line, I'm not sure where this trend line came from, but it's from another time. So this is the same price action on the 5 minute time frame. This is that non-farm payroll announcement candle and the candles following. So that's the price action there. And of course, we have our 15-minute time frame. So I'm going to be moving up my stops on that as well. So it's really the soft stop that I certainly don't want to violate no matter what. But I'm going to go ahead and move my stops accordingly. So we'll see how this plays out. Guys, at this point, I want to issue a warning. It just occurred to me that these are the times, and this market can very well reverse, but these are the times that you want to watch out for. These times do two things. For those of us who are on the profitable side of the trade, it makes us kind of nervous, or it makes our pulse thump. But the other thing is, if you are a bear at this point, these are places that can mislead you. So watch out for that. And like I said, this can very well be a market turnaround. However, make sure that you get the confirmation that's necessary before you decide to short this market. Now, the people who can hedge, they have an advantage because they can play both sides while we're all waiting. But these are times you definitely want to look out for. These are those times that sucker antsy bears in, or if this was in the reverse, it would be antsy bulls. These are times that sucker them in. But this trade may very well be a bust. At this point, we're almost 2.5 hours into this trade, and it's not going as well as I would like. We're in a nice profit. I'm certainly not complaining, but I would have much rather have had everything now and have been done with it. So when you are deciding whether or not to take a trade, and let's take a look at this on the 5 minute time frame, also keep in mind where the 200 SMA is. So if you do decide to trade against a trend, like I said, make sure they're scalper trades unless you get a confirmation that this trade really is not going to work out in your favor. And the thing that's been frustrating for me about this market is you get this spurt, wait, spurt, wait. What I want is spurt, little weight, spurt, 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 spurt. But so far we're not getting that. So we're going to have to see the way this trade plays out. And I know you've heard me say this like 100 times at this point in this video, but we're going to see how this works. Another thing I just want to say, like on this 15-minute time frame, this looks like a legitimate reversal at this point, but we still have 9 more minutes in this candle, and it very well may be a legitimate reversal, but we're going to have to wait to see. We've broken the trend line on the 1-minute time frame, but again, let's take a look at how far this 50 period is away from this 200 SMA. And like I said, it can very well be a reversal, but just keep these things in mind when you decide to take a trade against the trend. So in a little bit, we will be able to see how this is going to play out. And guys, this is exactly what I was talking about trading in harmony or against the trend. Because you can see this is that very last minute of that 15-minute candle. And look at what happened when I was talking earlier. It may or may not work out. But when I was talking earlier, you know that this was a green candle down here. And a lot of times you'll see what happens. You get price, it dips down just enough for the bears, and I'm saying the bears now because we're bullish right now, but for them to get confidence in that trade. But you can see that the trade really doesn't go anywhere. The last 4 minutes, price reverses, and this is what you get on the 15-minute time frame. So please watch out for that. Even with this, we got the break and close below the 10 period SMA. However, you can see that the trend is still in a bullish bias. So please be careful with that. Watch out for that. At this point, I'm thinking I have no idea how long this video is, but at least you guys know what it is that I mean when I say, oh, I made the video way too long and I just decided to cut it. But today I'm hoping that this video is going to work out very well for us, because these are things that I definitely want you to be able to go back in your chart and take a look at for yourself. Oh, sorry, it didn't pause. Guys, I'm right at, oh, I was hoping that you would get to see this live, but I am right there at my goal at this point, and it's just a little bit over 100 pips on each one of my positions. I don't want to make you wait forever, but I didn't want you to miss out on seeing that as well. So hopefully we'll get a quick shot up and it'll close me out and we will be done with this video. We may or may not make it today, but for the people who waited for the reversal earlier, then those were the people who, oh, we're there. Hallelujah. So guys, we have over 100 pips on each of our positions today. We're already out of this market. You can go ahead and continue to follow it. Now I can breathe. So guys, that is the end of my 15-minute videos. I hope that this day has been as profitable and as wonderful for you as it has been for me. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a withdrawal. But guys, today we've gotten over we got over 20% on my overall account balance. I'm pleased with that. Thank you for being with me for this incredibly long video. I hope that you have a terrific weekend. And I just want to remind you that you can absolutely do this. You can be successful at Forex. Have a terrific, loving weekend.